Hey guys, Cheyenne here. Yeah, I got my little owl, my little Hedwig hat on today. Anyway, yeah, it's Sunday. And so it's one of those days, just to chill, relax, No, so I was just hanging out and I'll grab whatever kind of piece of paper I can find if I don't have my notebook with me. And so I'm chilling, hanging out, and, oh, my heating pad. I need to get my heating pad on my chair. Yeah. Hang on just a second. Okay, so, anyway, I was just sitting there chilling, hanging out, and all of a sudden, and I thought, and I was creating shorts, is what I was doing. I was creating shorts on YouTube, of the last, I think that video posted today. Anyway, it was a video, and I'd been picking up this narcissistic person, and I thought, okay, I'm going to pull some cards on them, see what's going on in their life. And it's like this person, deep down, they were friendly, and it's like, it really truly felt like this person, that's all they've ever known. Their grandparents were narcissists. Their parents, one or both were narcissists. Same with the grandparents, it doesn't have to be both. But anyway, influence all the way back. It was like, it's what everybody knows. It's what everybody does, and it's just how they operate, very materialistic, very greedy type people. I have a lot more to say about that, but anyway, there's some things, that I feel like God's like, wait, hold on to that for a little while, Cheyenne. Don't say that yet. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. But it's like, it's just been in their family, but they're not truly that way. Deep down in that reading, there was friendly, they deep down, they know they're friendly. And then under the deck, it was like empathy and all these things that were good. And it was like deep down, they wanted to be more like that. They wanted to be more empathetic. They were born different. They weren't like the rest of their family. And what's so hard for them is they know that when they ascend, when they come above, when they rise above the narcissism, when they rise above the materialism and all these things, and these people, they put on fucking masks. Sorry guys, I cuss. I do drop the F-bomb quite a bit. Not really, but I do if I'm talking about these people. But it's like they do all these good deeds, they're members of different things like churches and organizations and all these different things and they're all masks for these people. Church is a mask for them. Makes them look like a good person, right? Any kind of clubs, organizations, things that help the homeless, help the needy. Oh yeah, they're going to be members of those types of things, but not for a good reason. It's like they're just using it as a mask, And so this person that I've been pulling, this narcissistic person, this energy I've been picking up on, it's like that's who his family is. These people who just wear masks. They use things, they use organizations, they use church, they use religion, they use all these things to mask who they truly are. And their family's been doing it for years. And I just hate it for this person though. They're friendly underneath. They want to apologize. They want to say, they feel chaotic because they feel like their life is just full of chaos. Like trouble follows them no matter where they go. But that's not the truth. What follows them wherever they go is this attachment to this narcissism, to their family. Sometimes you got to cut the cords to a lot of people, especially when you're ascending and you're not wanting to be in that narcissistic energy anymore, You're wanting to vibe higher than that. You're not wanting to be manipulative. You're not wanting to be, you're just wanting to be authentic, you know, and be honest and truthful about who you are. And you don't want your family to manipulate, like, even how you feel about yourself. You know, that's what I feel with this person, guys. And I got to crying during that reading because I feel sorry for people like this who, it's like they're still under that illusion. They're still under that fog, that of brainwashing, manipulation that is not just their family, but worldwide, you know? Like, we have all been, you know, if you went to public school, you were brainwashed. I'm just saying. I know I was. All the crap I learned, you know, some of the crap I learned, like, I don't know. I sit back and I'm going, I don't even know, like, why they taught that to us, because it's not even, like, I just don't feel like some of those things, like, really happened the way they happened, you know? I feel like they happened differently, but for history's sake, they were recorded with, you know, into books and documents. They were recorded, you know, with all these frills and flares and whatever. Yeah, anyway, I don't need to be talking about that either. I have a lot of conspiracy theories, guys. I love conspiracy theories. But this narc, here's what I wrote down that I want this narc to know. And I'm going to do another reading for you, whoever you are. It's like you're trying to ascend, you know. In your outcome, it was like you're throwing away all these things from the past. You're throwing away how you grew up. And you're saying, you know what? That may not be the right way. You know, the way I was raised, it's not like 100% good. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be okay with saying, you know, how I was raised, there were flaws, because we're human. We all make flaws. Even our parents make flaws, you know, but this person, this poor person, they are being raised by a narc. And so this narcissistic parent cannot hear that how they've raised their child is wrong, is inaccurate. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to get into that either. But it's like so hard for this person, because I feel like they feel this fucking narc parent, evil, pure fucking evil, guys. Whoever this parent is, they're pure fucking evil. They have brainwashed this child their entire life. They're now grown. You know, I figure 40s. Yeah. Like around my age group, you know. Because I feel their energy, it feels familiar in ways. But I think it's like kind of like our era type thing, you know. I don't know how to, energy is weird, guys. But anyway, the way I feel it maybe is weird, but I don't know. Anyway, this person, this fucking parent, they've brainwashed this dude or this chick their entire lives. And so this child, this grown-ass child now, they feel indebted to this parent. They feel like they can't cut the cord. They can't cut the apron strings because they're indebted to this person for their entire life. No, you're not. You can cut that fucking cord. If it is a toxic parent, I don't care. If it's a toxic parent, you need to, love them from afar. Send them gifts, send them things that you know they're going to need. Pay some of their bills if they need that kind of help. Send them a letter, send them a card, give them a phone call. But you don't have to be around them. You don't have to be in their presence. You don't even have to talk to them if you don't want to. I know, because I've seen this kind of thing happen in real life, and the person who I'm close to, they ended up having to love their family from afar because, well, sometimes you have to do that, you know. It's better for your mental health. It's better for your spiritual health. It's better for your physical health, guys, to just cut the cord, you know, and love them from afar. Just, you know, send them a letter, send them a card. Let them know that you still love them, you still care for them. It's just you can't be around them because they're not, you've told them what, make sure you tell them how they've hurt you, you know. If that's hard for you, send them cards, send them letters, letting them know, you know, and letting them know that's why you can't be in their presence, because it drains you. You know, narcs are draining. They're fucking draining, man. Some, it's like you're in their presence for 15 minutes and you gotta go home and take a 4-hour nap. You know? Ooh, my ear is burning. Somebody's talking bad about me. It's probably this narky person. They're probably watching my videos and they're pissed off. It's probably this narky fucking parent. Anyway. Oh. But this poor person. Okay, so let's get back to the narc. I call him a narc or her a narc because they're real selfish, greedy, you know, type people. But I think it's how they were taught. And so it's like they're trying to ascend, you know, but they know that these cords to their family is they're going to have to sever those ties so that they can ascend. You know, it's like their family's been clipping their wings their entire life, and so they're stuck here where their family's at, clipping their wings. It's like, what the these people. It's going to be hard when you go through this dark night of the soul. I've been through, I think I've been through several different times in my life where it was really dark like that. But this last time was the darkest. I got rid of a lot of things that weren't me, you know? They weren't who I truly was. I went back to more who I was in high school, you know, a young, free spirit, full of life, full of vigor. You know, I want that. I'm trying to get that back, you know. Just being authentically who I am, not giving a rat's ass about what everybody else thinks. I didn't in high school. I didn't care. And so, and I go through phases of that where I don't care. And I really don't. But like, I let it get to me. I'm not explain that. But anyway, the dark night of the soul is going to be hard. You're going to have to forget what you were taught by your family, by a lot of different things. Okay, you're going to have to forget what you were taught, and you're going to have to re-teach yourself. You're going to have to restructure yourself. You're going to have to teach yourself how to manage time again. Like, or I don't know, maybe that's not everybody, but for me, I had to relearn a lot of things, because when I went through that, it's like I did a major reset on who I am. And so then with these negative things gone, you just float higher. I don't know, it's like you've ascended, you know, and you're not weighed down by all these burdens of like jealousy or judgmentalness, you know, any of these things that you were, all those things that you let go of, all those things you got rid of. It makes you ascend higher. You know, you go up, you naturally vibrate on a higher frequency, you know, than these people. But you're going to have to, there's a lot you're going to have to let go of. For me, I let go of a lot of the brainwashing, that I realized how much we were brainwashed. You know, all of us. There's not a person that the brainwashing missed. I promise you that. Everybody's been brainwashed in some way, shape, or form. I would like to meet somebody who thinks they haven't been brainwashed. I would. That would be interesting. But anyway, what you need to learn how to do is be solid in who you are. Whoever you are. This person, I'm going to do another reading for you. You're going to have to cut some cords. You know, you're going to have to... You're going to have to cut cords with people. You're going to have to cut cords with ways of thinking. You're going to have to cut... If you are freaking anywhere... If you have things about you like racism. If you're a racist, yeah, you're going to have to cut that away. That's low vibe and bullshit. You know what I mean? If you're... what is that called? Homophobic. You know what I mean? If you hate people, period. If you hate people because of how they are, you're going to have to cut that out. You're going to have to get rid of that. Hate doesn't vibe up here. Hate vibes down here, okay? So if you hate anything because of how you were taught, what you were raised, you know, how you were raised, you know, oh, I'm this way because of how I was raised. Yeah, cut that out. You know, what are you truly? Find out who you are. Ask yourself the hard questions. You know, like, who am I truly? Who am I deep down? You know, am I really this way because I feel this way? Or am I this way because this is what my mom or dad said? Or this is what my grandparents said? Or this is what Aunt Susie or Cousin George said? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, figure out things that are important to you. Figure out how you feel about those things. You know, politics, religion, moral things like right from wrong and things like that. All of those types of things, you know, like figure out who you are, man. Just figure out who you are deep down. You're gonna have to. Everybody's got to. I'm not going to tell everybody what to do, but yeah, it's best if you do that, if you find out who you are, if you go within like the hermit, you know, and really get to know who you truly are. You know, the things you like. What do you really like? What do you like? Not your kids, not your mom and dad, not your cousins or best friend or anybody. You. What do you like? What is your favorite candle smell? What is your favorite drink? One of mine is coffee, okay? Oh, and guys, this is a reading for the collective. But it's for this narcissistic energy that I did a reading for just recently. I can't remember if it's going to post today or if it posted yesterday, but one who feels like they're being controlled and manipulated by their family. But like I said, it is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't fit. And thank you all so much for your likes, your comments, for sharing my content, you know, for subscribing. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, I just got to, you know, I thought, oh, you know, I'm having to rewatch this video to make these shorts, you know, so I think it was the video that posted today, and I was creating those shorts, and as I was watching the video, I got to crying again, and then I got to writing things down, you know, about more messages I got from the message, or from the reading. I got more messages as I'm watching it. It's just so cool when that happens. That happens a lot when I'm watching Estrella's readings, Estrella 5D. When I'm watching Estrella's readings, I will get downloads. It's crazy. When I'm watching Impressiva, I will get downloads. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy cool. So for this narc, this person who's very confused, let's just put it that way. This person who's very confused about what's going on. What card should I use? Yeah, tattoo. I don't know why, but those stuck out. We're going to use the tattoo tarot deck. Excuse me. I tried to clear my throat enough before I got on this reading, but, you know. We got 4 cups under the deck. Woe is me. Yeah, you may be feeling that way. 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. 4 of Wands. It's like you want to celebrate. Queen of Coins. You want to go to a wedding? You want to go to a celebration? Ace of Wands. You want to start something new? After a Tower. Yeah, I had a feeling that Tower would come out because I don't know who this person is, but I'm really hoping that they see the messages that I've posted so far. You know, the readings. I hope it helps them because they've got to learn, man, that you've got to cut away all that. You've got to just, and it can be done. It is harder than hell to go through a dark night of the soul. I tell you that. It's hard. It's hard on you because it's like you feel like you've let your own damn self down. Like, how could I, you know, like, because I was different in high school. And then I was the same me until it feels like I was 22. And then from 22 to 44, for 22 years there, it's like I was just under this fog. I was brainwashed to believe that this is how you should act and these are the things you should do. And, you know, I was brainwashed too, guys. Not by my parents or anybody like that, but like, you know, by things. Let's just put it that way. I like religion, you know, and things I learned in school, things I learned watching the TV, you know, just things you learn in general, things I learned at university, you know, things I learned everywhere. It's like, all these things you're learning, they're all written by humans, and humans make mistakes. You know what I mean? So how accurate is all this shit we read? You know, sorry, I do cuss a little. I don't know if I've said that yet. But yeah, how accurate is it? You know, I think that it's best if you just kind of read it, but go with your gut. Go with what you're feeling. Do you feel like this is true? Do you feel like it? You know, like really use your intuition. I rely on my intuition a lot. Because I only trust God, guys. I can't, it's just hard for me to trust humans. So I trust God. I trust myself, you know. For me, that's okay right now to just do that, you know. Dark night of soul puts you through it, and when you come out, you don't know who the hell to trust. And so for me, it was like, okay, I'm going to trust you, God. And then it was like, but Shine, you've got to trust yourself. You've got to, in order for your intuition to get stronger and for you to flex these muscles, you know, these gifts that I've given you, you know, practice makes perfect, they say, when you're learning like how to play the piano or how to draw. You got to practice and practice and practice. Well, same thing with your intuition. You got to practice and practice and practice. Reading tarot cards helps me. I use my intuition so much when I'm reading the cards. And like, yeah, when I'm reading books now, I use my intuition. You know what I mean? Unless it's like poetry. If it's poetry, not some, you know, or if it's like a novel, you know, like a fictional type, you know, stories. I don't necessarily pay attention to my intuition. I'm just going off into storyland, you know. But yeah, hone in on your intuition. Trust yourself. You've got to trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust source, spirit, God, whatever you call him or her. Trust, trust, trust. And yes, trust yourself, because God has given you so many gifts. You don't even know. You don't even know, you know. But once you start knowing, then you're like, whoa. And more will come, and more will come, and more as you learn how to use them the way God wants you to use them. You got to use them for His will. Do all things to glorify Him. You know, you can't go wrong if you're trying to glorify God. You know what I mean? All right, for this narcissistic person, could be a King of Coins in reverse. See, he's not a bad person. King of Coins, that's like a father, a businessman. He's good at business. He likes to, they're the coins. They're the people who like to get into a career and stay there for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? They like things long term. They like things that are solid like that. They're reliable people. You can rely on them. If they say they will help you, they will help you, But in reverse, it's like, that's how, it's like, I don't know, they're greedy. And, in the last reading, greed came out. That was his challenge, was greed. And so this could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Earth sign. Doesn't have to be, but that could be strong in your chart since it's the first card out. Okay. Wow. You could also have some air in your chart. There's Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's like he knows judgment's coming. Damn. There's the Devil and Strength. Oh, he may have a strong ego. He may have a very big ego. And that he could be getting bad karma right now. You could you could feel like you're getting bad karma right now for maybe some bad things you've done in the past. Judgment, you're being judged. Maybe you don't want to be judged for your ego. It's like, I don't know. Let's find out what your challenge is. All right, King of Coins, reverse. What's their challenge? I bet it's their parent. Their freaking narcissistic parent. Shit. They're not going to give me any more, that's for sure. Yeah, you got some kind of betrayal going on behind your back. Some gossiping. That's a painful decision. High Priestess, wow. Use your intuition. Yeah, everything's gonna be illuminated. Maybe okay, one fell. Knave of Cups reverse. That's a challenge. Oh. You're emotional right now. You're like all up in your feelings, throwing a little hissy fit, maybe. I don't know, but the pages in reverse, that makes me think of the Peter Pan, like a grown-ass man-child. Yeah, real moody. Could be moody, emotional. Yeah, emotional immaturity. So they're not real. This person, this King of Coins, whoever you are, you're not real emotionally mature. You could be insecure. You could be feeling really disappointed right now, which I don't blame you. You're probably all up in your head and all up in your emotions, about everything that's going on. The star is kind of like diagonal, so I'm just going to take it upright. It was more upright than anything. You're staying hopeful, so that's good. The star, that's staying hopeful. Oh, cover up her boobies. But yeah, that's staying hopeful. Four of Wands, about this marriage, about this union. You're staying hopeful, even though you want to just kick and scream and cry like a little kid. That's good of you, that you're staying hopeful, and you're not. Hopefully you're not doing that. Hopefully you're not in that energy of, being emotionally immature and insecure. But as a challenge, it's like you're not staying hopeful. You may be throwing a fit about someone's like wish coming true to do with a marriage. That's weird. That's your challenge. Or maybe you feel like this marriage is a wish come true, but it's just not good right now. It's not. We'll find out. We will clarify that. But to me, it just sounds like something that's challenging you. Oh, it could be your family, yeah. Could be an Aquarius. The star card is Aquarius card. That could be your challenge. 4 of Wands talks about community, home, celebration, excitement. So your home could be a challenge. The star, hope, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, inspiration, serenity. Maybe you're still feeling really insecure about this dark night of soul, you know, of like becoming more on the spiritual side. You know, it's maybe you feel like it's going to create conflict with your family or something, you know. I don't know. We'll find out. It's like people are doing some shady ass shit behind your back. Lying, cheating, stealing. I mean, 10 of Swords, that's the end, a really painful ending. Maybe you had a relationship with a younger person and that is ending, and that's your challenge. It was someone who you thought was your wish come true. You know, you thought you were going to have forever with this person. But now they're in reverse, you know, you're in reverse, they're in reverse, y'all are splitting up, you know, could be a painful ending, you know, with this 10 of Swords here. That indicates a, you know, it can be a painful, painful ending, inevitable end. It could be recovery though, regeneration. So, painful choice about it. Trust your intuition, guys. Trust your intuition. I cannot believe I'm long-winded, guys. I'm sorry. This reading, I'll try to timestamp or something. I don't know how to do all that. I don't know. Like I told my son earlier, I was like, dude, when I make these YouTube videos, I literally record them and then upload them. I don't know how to edit or do any of that. So I know how to take a picture. I know how to, you know, like take 2 little snippets, you know, like create 2 little clips off of a long video. And then when I'm uploading a short, just put them both on there. To where, especially if they're about the same cards. I don't know. I did that the other day. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, for the collective, for this person, this King of Coins reverse, whoever you are, what's in their subconscious? What are they thinking about? Thank you. Whoa, man. I don't think all of those were supposed to be coming out. Let me do a side shuffle real quick. I know those 2 come out. Queen of Swords and the Hangman. We'll just keep those 2 because they were the first 2 to come out. But the other ones, it just felt weird when they were coming out, guys. It was just weird. We got Queen of Swords and the Hangman. So, like, maybe in your subconscious, you know, you're thinking about, you're gaining a new perspective about maybe this person that you're with. You know, Queen of Swords, it's someone in your energy, but you're gaining a new perspective about them. I'm curious. Lying, cheating, stealing, Knight of Cups, the Fool reverse, Knight of Wands, Yeah, you're getting clarity, you're getting the truth. You're going to get a new truth about whoever that Queen of Swords is. You know, that could be a Cancer. I mean, not Cancer. What was I thinking of? A Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And then the Hangman, that is the Pisces card. So those could be in your chart or someone's chart. All right. Recent past for the collective. For this King of Coins energy. Thank you. Just take those. Yeah, there's going to be an ending. Maybe. Oh, or Dark Night of the Soul. You know, of death and rebirth. Oh, yeah, there could have been a painful ending, but it was justified. You got Ace of Swords. You got Justice, which is Libra card. And you got Three of Cups in reverse, which would indicate a third party. So it's like in the recent past, you might have ended something with a third party you had. And if you're, you know, more on the narky side, that is one thing that narcs, most of them cheat. They cheat on their partners, you know, I mean, their spouses, their whoever's. But they'll cheat. That's just what they do. And so, you know, more than likely that kind of thing's happened in the family too. But yeah, here it's like you're receiving the truth. And it's justified about this, maybe a third party. You received the truth about maybe someone you were having an affair with, or, you know, maybe whoever you're with was cheating on you and you found out the truth about it, you know. Or maybe you found out the truth that this person was not cheating on you, you know. You found out the truth that that's Justice. She ain't going to cheat on people. She likes things fair and balanced, you know. She likes the truth. She's not going to do that kind of thing. She don't want that kind of thing done to her. But so you found out the truth that she wasn't cheating on you. So that's good. Maybe your own damn parent, mother, your father told you that this person was cheating on you. And now she's in the subconscious, because that could indicate Libra. You know, and you're gaining a new perspective about her. That's good. It's really good. Yeah, it's like it made you open your eyes and see things from a different... You just, yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. I like to see that. I like to see people change for the good. Alright, for the collective, for this King of Coins reverse, this narky dude that I keep, or narky chick, whoever you are, I keep pulling your energy. What are they aware of right now? Thank you. Any more? Okay. Painful decision. This is on the side. 2 and 2. You got 2 coins. It's like painful decision. You're weighing it out. You're weighing out the pros and cons. You're weighing out what you should do at this time. Maybe you're trying to choose whether, you know, like, do I choose my family or do I choose my spouse? You know, type thing. That would be a hard choice unless you have a narky family. And guys, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to just love them from afar, man. Yeah. What, you got a choice between, okay, someone who gossips about you behind your back, who puts these fucking swords in your back. You really got to think about that and make a decision about that. About, do what? Maybe because you know it's going to be a pain, you know, it's going to be a painful ending. The world, you know, that's the ending of one cycle, beginning of something new, and you know it's going to be painful. You know, you maybe are thinking about walking away. Yeah, there's walking away from maybe your mom, who's very narky, Queen of Wands, she would be a cheater, a narky. I mean, in reverse. She'd be like the cheater type, narky, you know, all that. That's just showing you who she is. She shows everybody that she's actually such a nice person. She's a cheater too. She lies, she cheats, she steals. King of Cups, you may be having to cut the cords with them. And a Knave of Coins. Yeah, you may be having to walk away from a lot of people. Let's find out. Near future. So right now you're aware of weighing something out, balancing out the pros and cons. You may be juggling, this person and your nasty ass parent, okay? You may be trying to balance out the relationship with both of them, and that's going to be hard on you. Your wife is the one, or your husband is the one, your partner. That's the one who deserves your energy, not this parent. Just saying. I don't know. My mom and dad are different. Like, my mom and dad don't get all up in that, Like, they're so... My mom and dad have been married for over 50 years, guys. And they have such a healthy relationship, Like, it's funny. They're cute. But, yeah. And they don't intrude in our lives. Like, they don't get all up in our business. And I don't understand those parents that do. It just gets on my nerves. For the near future, for this narky person. Thank you. Yeah, they just weren't coming out after that. Yeah, 8 of Coins, that's reaping your rewards. Yeah, 10 of fucking coins, man. I'm not meaning to say that word. Sorry, guys. It's just that, that person, whoever it is. Oh, look at that. Death is sideways, though. Let me look that up. Resistance to change. Personal transformation. Endings. Change. Transformation. Transition. Oh, they don't want it to change. They don't want it to end. But 3 of Coins. Teamwork. Collaboration. And then 10 of Coins, wealthy, legacy. Oh, he may think of, or whoever this person is, you may think, it's like you're still unsure about putting an end to this family. Like Pentacles, like I said, he's the King of Pentacles. This whole family could be like that. Really greedy, really selfish, really narky, right? The whole fucking family, man. And they're like all working together, working on building like an inheritance type thing, But he don't know. He's like, I don't know. I may want to put an end to this. I don't know if I can juggle you and this person I'm with, because y'all are on 2 totally different levels. Like, she vibes way up here and y'all are vibing way down here. Or he vibes way up here and y'all are vibing way down here. Whatever it is, man, woman. It's like, hey, this person I'm with, they vibe here. And y'all are vibing here. So when I bring y'all together, it's not real good. Y'all have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? 8 of Coins. Yeah, that's reaping your rewards. There's the Tower. Okay. For this narcissistic person, who I don't really feel is a true, genuine narcissist. I think they were just born into that family. Yeah, how are they feeling? Thank you. What are those? Yeah, cut things out, man. Look at that. Knave of Swords and Knight of Swords. They're ready to cut the freaking cords. Y'all are ready to cut these cords, man. Why don't y'all just do it? It's like, what are you scared of? Why? I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I may sound heartless, but I'm not a big fan of narky people. World sideways. That's like the beginning of something new. You know, ending of something, beginning of something new. So that's how you're feeling, but it's on the side right now. It's like you don't know when this is coming. It's like you don't know when this is going to complete. You don't feel accomplished. You don't feel fulfilled. It's like you need closure. You need closure. Or something could be delayed. Two of Swords. A decision. With a King of Cups. That's someone who, they are emotionally aware. They're empaths. They are the empaths of the world, man. The water signs, you know, they're so sweet. Maybe not all water signs. You know, it just depends on what the person has in their chart. But from my experience, I've been in astrology for over 30 years. Okay, because I was pretty young when I got into it. I was like a young teenager, maybe 13, maybe 12. You know, like I was somewhere around there. Okay, like 6th grade, and so I paid attention. I could remember people's birthdays really well, right? I may not remember their name, but I'm going to remember their birthday. How weird is that? Anyway, but, so I would know their astrology sign too, if I knew their birthday. And it helped me understand the zodiac signs, you know, the astrology signs. It helped me understand these people, you know, and so far what I've seen, Cancer people are the sweetest people. My gosh. My daughter, my dad. I've had so many friends and family friends that were Cancers, and they're all just, maybe not all of them are tenderhearted, but a lot of them were very sensitive souls. And like my dad, he wears his heart on his sleeve, you know, my daughter too. They're just sweet people, you know. But here it's like a painful, a Two of Swords, that's a big decision. Yeah, that's like a really tough decision. You're weighing out your options. Yeah, it shows you doing that up here. You're weighing out your options. So right now, maybe you're very emotional, you know, and you're weighing out your options. You know, it's going to be a painful decision to make. And it's going to, you know, going to be the ending, you know, of something and beginning of something new, you know. Hopefully that's the end of all this brainwashing and deceit and shit that's been going on behind your back your entire life. Hopefully it's the ending of that and the beginning of you and this Queen of Swords who you've gained a new perspective on, you know. Hopefully it's this Justice over here, this Libra energy who you now know the truth. She wasn't having an affair. You know what I mean? Or something. That's what that feels like. The Three of Cups reverse. Yeah. Or maybe you're not the one having an affair with this Libra person. Oh no, that's... Okay, for this King of Coins is the narcissist dude, is who I call it, and this narcissistic person. Someone in their energy. How is someone in their energy feeling? Yeah, they're not feeling good. She don't feel like she has control anymore. You know, that strong, independent female in reverse. Yeah, she's not feeling like she's got control of you anymore. Whoever this is. Three of Wands. Yeah, because you've gained foresight. Or maybe they're seeing things. Yeah, they're wanting to create conflict. That's what they feed off of. I had a weird dream last night. It just popped into my brain. Wait, what was that? You know, the Three of Wands, though, you know, it's like in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's my 333 card. Like, you know, manifesting something. It's like they don't feel real confident right now, you know. Whoever this is in your energy, they don't feel confident. It's like they're trying to manifest this Six of Cups with you. Like, making it feel... Maybe they're making... Oh my gosh, they're sick. They're bringing up the past. They're bringing up your childhood. They're making you feel very nostalgic, okay? They're making you remember the good times with them. Because they can see the ending. They can feel it coming, you know? Yeah, Three of Wands. Frustration. It could indicate frustration. And she's frustrated, or he, you know, whoever this parent is, it's like they're frustrated because you're not falling for it. You're not going to fall for their brainwashing anymore. They're feeling real insecure about it, about what they're trying to do. They could be trying to cause you delays. You know, they could be, yeah, bringing up the past, like trying to make you feel like, you know, trying to make you choose them, you know. But all they want to do is create conflict. When they do, when they create this conflict, you're gonna say, okay, see you bye. I'm going toward my dreams. I'm going toward wish fulfillment. I'm moving on to calmer waters. Toward my Ace of Cups. You know? I'm no longer gonna let you control my mind. I'm gonna be happy with the one I want. You know, whoever this person is. Good for you. That's strong. That makes me think of strength. The Emperor, you know, that's a good strong male in their masculine energy, but not in a toxic masculine energy, you know, like just strong boundaries. That's good. Hopes and fears. Ooh. I thought you were going to be talking. I don't know why I felt those. Nine of Wands, battle wounded soldier. So hopes and fears. Wheel of Fortune sideways. Ace of Coins sideways. So you don't know what to think about maybe. You don't know what to think about the wheel in the sky turning. You know, about this good luck, karma, life cycles. Yeah, cycles, the world. You don't know what to think. You don't know what, you know, whether... Yeah, hopes and fears. It's like you fear bad luck. You fear not being able to have a job. You know, you fear losing your job, maybe. King of Wands sideways also. So that you know, you're unconfident right now, maybe about, you know, good luck about this big change. You're not feeling confident about. You're not feeling confident about your job either. Knave of Coins. Maybe you just got a new job. Maybe you're not feeling confident about a new job that you're like manifesting. You know, it could be a spiritual type job. Yeah, Knave of Coins. Magician. Yeah, you're manifesting. Man. So it's like right now you're manifesting. You're hoping for that. You're hoping you're going to be able to manifest. Maybe you're hoping for a second chance. Sun, dang. You got High Priestess, Sun, and Nine of Wands. Something's being illuminated. Pay attention to your intuition, guys. If you don't know how to do that, ask someone how to, you know, like meditate. How do they, you know, like really just zone out and tune in? You know, ask someone. If you don't know how to do it, they'll let you know how they do it. Now, you might have to do it a little different. You know, it's totally unique to each person. You know, your meditation practices. For a collective outcome, potential outcome. Thank you. The Moon. Yeah, trust your intuition. Move that rock. Got the Moon. Oh, we got the Hierophant. Marriage. Three of Swords. Ew. That's a heartbreak. Overburdened. And you got 10 of Cups. 10. Reciprocated. Lovers. Wow. It's like maybe y'all are going to get... Oh my gosh. If you've already been married to someone for a long time, y'all could be getting remarried. Oh. Queen of Cups reverse. So the outcome... Well, but that was on the floor. She don't have to be reversed. Because see, here's how he's feeling. And his outcome, that could be the pair. You know? I'm going to look up that Moon. Illusion, fear, anxiety, subconscious, intuition, imagination. Yeah, it's like you're going to trust your intuition, you know? You're going to trust your intuition, and yeah, you're going to be... Let me see what Queen, because she was in reverse. Let me just see, because I don't know how to take that. But it's like you're going to be trusting your intuition. Yeah, you're going to be compassionate and calm. You know, like the King of Swords. You're going to be, that's how you're feeling now. That's how you're going to be feeling in the outcome too. You're going to be feeling good emotionally, you know. You're going to be trusting your intuition. You're going to be balancing things out, you know. All right. I'm going to clarify. Yeah, battle wounded soldier. For the collective. For whoever this narky person is that I've been, you know, this is their energy. Yeah, under the deck, it was like painful, you know, Three of Swords. Isn't that a painful ending? Heartbreak. So heartbreak, you got marriage, you got heartbreak, you got overburdened, but then you got emotional fulfillment, you know, reciprocated love, and lovers. It's like good, and then you got the bad. It's like this person's got two choices to make. It's like, do they want to stay connected to all of these rules and these regulations, these things that they've been taught their entire life? You know, the Hierophant, that's education, that's religion, that's all these things you're taught, right? And it's just, it's overburdening, you know? You know, it's like you want to cut that cord, but it's going to break your heart. I don't know, or something. It's going to be a painful loss you feel. Could be a marriage, you know, that's overburdening you. But then over here you've got lovers and Six of Coins, which is reciprocated and emotional fulfillment, you know. So it's like you got a big choice to make. Whoever you are. Do you want to go with do you want to be overburdened your entire life, or do you want to be emotionally fulfilled your entire life? You choose. Alright, for the collective, for whoever this reading is for. Who's that King of Coins? Can we clarify the King of Coins? Reverse. King of Coins, thank you. Someone who feels trapped. They feel isolated. They just want to rest. Yeah, they're all up in their head right now with probably like a mental overload. They're mentally overloaded. That's why they're in reverse. And why are they mentally overloaded? What's their challenge? Got Knave of Cups reversed, and then we got the Star upright and Four of Wands. What's their challenge? That's funny. Hermit card come out. This is it could be a Virgo. Oh, I felt some fall. Maybe not. So we got the Hermit. We got the Star, clarifying the Star. Hope, inspiration, creativity, calm, contentment, renewal, serenity, spirituality, healing. Yeah, it's like this person's wanting to become more spiritual. They want to go, it's like they're trying to go through, maybe they are going through a dark night of the soul right now. That is so awesome. Maybe it's hard for them to go inside. It's hard for them to contemplate, to gain inner guidance. It's hard for them to be alone. It's hard for them to reflect. You know, it's hard for them to see all their darkness. Because their entire lives they've been taught that they were perfect by their narcissistic parent. You know, they were the greatest thing. Oh, it could be about a Two of Cups. A divine union. You know, twin flame. Yeah. That's your challenge. Oh. There's the Queen of Wands. She came out earlier. Okay. For the collective. Yeah, it's like hard for you to go. It's like your challenge is this dark night of the soul. That's what I feel. Right now you're resting because you're so worn out. You know, maybe you've already been trying to do things like that to, you know, to go within. But it's hard. But you're staying hopeful, so that's good. Or maybe you're losing hope. That's not good. That could be a challenge. Losing hope. Not soul searching. Yeah, you need to do all that. What's in your subconscious? Queen of Swords and the Hangman. Queen of Swords and the Hangman. Thank you. Page of Wands under the deck. Good news. Swift newsletters. Got releasing pain, overcoming depression, optimism, forgiveness. But then you got conflict. What the hell? There's two like totally different things going on here. It's like in your subconscious, you got, yeah, you need to rest. You've got conflicting thoughts going on right now in your head, dude or chick. You got releasing pain. It's like you want to release pain. You want to overcome whatever this is that broke your heart. You want to be optimistic. You want to have forgiveness in your heart, right? But at the same time, you've got somebody, you've got conflicting thoughts, or you have someone in your energy, like I said, that controlling narcissistic parent who is like, no, don't release the pain. No, don't overcome depression. No, don't be optimistic. Don't forgive them. You know, you have maybe someone in your ear with conflicting thoughts about, you know, releasing pain and all this. You know, it's like, or it's just in your own mind. You're like, why should I forgive that person? You know? But yeah, that's in your subconscious. So it's you battling it out with yourself, really. But it could be other people's words. Like I said, if you have a really narky parent, their words could haunt you. And yes, absolutely conflict with everything nice that you feel, like forgiveness, you know. They're not forgetting people. They're grudge holders. Don't hold on to the grudge, man. Don't hold on to that. You can remember what someone did and remember, you know, all the things that happened. That helps you, the next time you encounter that person, remember the pain that they inflicted and not trust them. You know, it's just human nature. It's human nature not to trust. But anyway, I'm getting tired. These narky people make me so tired. And it's during the middle of the day. It's like, I just ate lunch. You know, I just ate lunch. I should have energy. For this narky person, we got in their recent past, we got Ace of Swords, Justice, and Three of Cups reversed. Can we clarify, or will you clarify that, please? Oh, shoot, how funny. They're the same people. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about this. You know, hang on. Oh, wow. Oh, Two of Cups. Okay, so here, you know, in your subconscious, it's like you're gaining a new perspective about this person, right? You don't want to like, maybe you feel like all it is conflict with her, you know, or him, whoever. And you're trying to release the pain that you have associated with this person. You want to overcome whatever hurt you, you know, whatever this, and have forgiveness and optimism. That's in your subconscious, so that's good. It's like you don't want the disagreements. You don't want clashing egos and personalities. You don't want chaos or any of that, but deep down you feel that that's all you'll have, maybe. In the recent past, you know, and that was Queen of Swords in your subconscious. Look here. You got Justice, which is clarifying justice down here. And you have the King and Queen of Swords, you know. Justice was in the middle. And you have the Ten of Swords, or coins, and Two of Cups. It's like, y'all had it all, man. It was very fair. It was very balanced. It was very truthful. It was very honest. You know, this divine union between a King and Queen of Swords. Y'all had the money, you know. I mean, y'all were well off financially. Y'all weren't hurting. You know what I mean? So that's in your recent past. Yeah, you had wish fulfillment. Two of Coins sideways in there. That's what they're aware of. Thank you. Emotionally immature. Male. Overly emotional. Overwhelmed. Anxious. Here it's like, you know, the Eight of Swords, I can be feeling trapped, restricted, backed into a corner, hands tied, victimized, paralyzed by fear, terror, anxiety, pressure, feeling pressure, hopeless, helpless, powerless, silence, crisis. In reverse, it's escape, freedom, release, finding solutions, options, relief, taking control. Right now, you know, you're trying to weigh out the pros and cons. You're trying to balance everything out, right? I feel that's what this is, you know. You're just a little too emotional right now, you know. A little too anxious. You're a little too overwhelmed, you know. And it's like you don't know whether... It's like maybe you are feeling trapped in some situation and you don't know how to gain freedom. You don't know how to escape. You don't know how to get out, you know? You just want things to be reciprocated with this Queen of Pentacles. You want things to be balanced. You don't want any more lying, cheating, stealing. That could be your parent. You know, you're the King of Pentacles. I mean, it would indicate a couple, but I mean, in this situation, it could be your mom or your dad, you know. You want unconditional love from them, but if they're narc, dude, they're just incapable of giving it. Narcs cannot love unconditionally. Okay, so... Three of Coins, Ten of Coins, and Death. Three of Coins, Ten of Coins, and Death. Secrets are coming out. Yeah, secrets are coming out. Look. The moon was in reverse and I was like, ooh, secrets are coming out. And then here's the sun. Hello. Yeah, secrets are coming out. So secrets are coming out. Truth. The truth. You know, here you don't know if it's going to work between, here we got the Ten of Pentacles, and here we have the Ten of Pentacles. You don't know if things are if you're going to be able to work together and make a Ten of Pentacles with this person that you've been with. You don't know if that's going to be ending, or, you know, and here it's like a secret's unveiled, and you feel regretful. You feel like you refused offers. You feel like missed opportunities. So, my elbow just flipped off the desk. But anyway, here it's like, yeah, it's like you feel like it's like you're regretful. You feel like it's like you put an ending to this. You know, it's like you feel like you're the one who put an ending to that Ten of Pentacles and that Three of Cups. You know, y'all working together, happy family. It's like, and now you're regretful. You're regretful, and truths are going to be told. You know, everything's going to be revealed in the near future. That's good, though. It's good to have everything out in the open, not to have any secrets. I don't know why people have secrets. You know? Don't need to have no secrets, people. King of Cups, Two of Swords, and the World sideways for how they're feeling. Can we clarify that, please? Please. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you feel like maybe you didn't finish what you started. You don't feel like you got self-control. Backstabbing, betrayal. New job, self-employment, that's sideways. So it could be a repetitive, boring job. Knight of Wands, sideways. So in the upright, they're the Casanova, they're a cheater. You know, in the reverse, yeah, most definitely a cheater. So to me, it feels like these are the things you're ending. You know what I mean? You're putting an end. You know, it's like you're making the choice to put an end to a lot of things that are, it's like you're gonna break this cycle. You're not gonna be like your parent. You're not gonna be a narc. You know, you're gonna put an ending to any kind of betrayal, backstabbing, betrayal, bitching, bad-mouthing, bitterness, you know, just talking about people behind their back, gossiping, lying, any of that kind of stuff. You're putting an ending to that. You're going to put an ending to bad business, financial management, not finishing what you start. You're going to start keeping your word. Narcs are known not to keep their word. Anyway, they don't have integrity, you know what I mean? You're not going to be forceful anymore. You're going to have goals. You know, you're going to have self-control. You know, you're throwing all this away. You're throwing away aggression. You're throwing away coercion. You're not going to be coerced, and you're not going to coerce anybody else. That's good. That's, you know, you're not going to manipulate people. You may be putting an end to this job, or maybe overspending. Maybe laziness. You're going to put an ending to that. You're no longer going to be an arrogant, boastful asshole. So that's good. You're not going to cheat. You don't want to be a player no more. You know? Yeah. You want to be this King of Cups. You want to be somebody that, you know, you want to be an empath and find an empath. type thing. Or maybe you've already found an empath and you want to be more like her or him and not like your parent. So that's good. That's really freaking good. Boy, because that parent, they're fucking toxic. Whoever they are, they just piss me off. Yeah, you're going for your cup of love, man. You're feeling it. You're feeling it. You're feeling like right now about this situation, you're staying hopeful. You feel like you're going to be able to do it. You know, you're going to be able to go after what you want. You know, you want this person. You don't want the fighting and arguing anymore. So you're going to fill up their cup with love. You know, you're going to make a choice. You're going to celebrate. Yeah, you're going to have your community support. You're seeing things from a new perspective. You're laying down your burdens. You're running after your goals. It don't matter if you're defeated. You're trusting in God. He'll always help you move on to calmer waters. Yes, He will. Alright, for the collective, we have, we have 9 of coins reversed, and we have 3 of wands and 6 of cups. Please and thank you. Thank you. Oh, gosh, guys. Here, oh, I get who the Queen of Cups is. This is the fucking narc. She's right here, sideways. She's emotionally immature. You know, like we saw, wait, where was it? Yeah, the King of Cups reversed. Someone emotionally immature. She's emotionally immature. Insecurity, lack of trust, lacking directions. So, yeah. It's like she's going to be, the truth is going to be revealed about her. Truth is going to come out. That's your outcome. That's good. Oh, she could be with a King of Wands who is also sideways. Okay? These could be your parents. A King of Wands sideways and a Queen of Cups sideways. I would say they're both in freaking reverse. They're probably both narky. But they're not feeling so good right now about this situation. They're on the side. Or maybe, you know. Yeah, it's like they don't want you to move on to calmer waters. They don't want you using your intuition either. They want to be able to, they're manipulative. Cunning, trickery, wasted talent, illusion, deception. Yeah, they don't want you moving on to calmer waters. That's for dang sure. That's why that's sideways. Gotta adjust every now and then. Yeah, and then you got 9-9 on the bottom of the deck. 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands. Anxiety, you know, like overburdened. Oh, they may be transitioning. That's a transition card too. Oh my. Holy moly. Holy moly. Alright. King of Wands sideways. And then Ace of Coins sideways. Wheel of Fortune sideways. Is that Knave of Coins and the Magician? For the collective hopes and fears. Queen of Pentacles. There's the king. It's like you don't want to be in this energy. You're hoping that you're not still in this energy. This energy is ungrounded male, unsuccessful businessman, corruption, extortion. Yeah, you don't want to be in that energy anymore. You're hoping to walk away from it, you know? It's like you're hoping to walk away, to be able to walk away from all of that. Maybe from a Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, that could be a Virgo. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Capricorn, yeah. What is that? Oh. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles who's getting judgment. Shoot. For lying, cheating, stealing. Look at that. Oh my. Okay. You know, that does come back to you. If you cheat on people, oh yeah, you'll get judgment for that. You'll get karma for that in your lifetime. Just depends on, you know, when God wants to deal it out, man. The Moon and Queen of Cups. Ending of a cycle, beginning of a new one. Yeah, because you're seeing the truth about who that is. So you're either cutting the cord or you're starting something new. That was sideways, so could be a marriage. Could be your beliefs, you know. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's like y'all are just all up in your head right now. It's like you had something really amazing, you know, in your past, and you just want that back. It's like you just keep thinking about it. Look at all that good stuff, you know. You had good stuff. You had really good things, you know. You had it going on, man. Look at that. In the past. Y'all had it good. Oh, Tower. The other half of the deck fell on the floor. Oh, some fell on my shoe. I don't know if those just now fell on my shoe. Fool. Yeah, those just now fell on my shoe. Yeah, stand up to for yourself, guys, during this time. You know, have your boundaries up. Alright, let me get some dice. Oh, the dice are already up here. Yeah, oh my gosh, we're at I was going to say a minute and 28. We've been on here an hour and 28 minutes. I did not mean to start this off and talk so much, but this person, man, they've just been on my heart. And I hate this for them, you know, like that their parents, like, brainwashed them to believe that this is how you're supposed to be. This is how a relationship should be, you know, this is how a man should act, or this is how a woman should act. It's like, no, you know, I know it's inaccurate because I've been given a different perspective, you know what I mean? Like, I had good parents that showed me unconditional love. They were at, you know, like all of our events, sporting events and stuff like that, you know, they were always there for us. Without wanting anything in return. You know, Mom and Dad have just always been there for us without ever expecting anything in return, you know. That's just who they are. But this poor person, it's like they've always had parents who it's like they do expect something in return. If they do something for you, they expect you to do something back, or they expect you to, I don't know what, but they expect you to do something, you know. for the collective. Signs, symbols, synchronicities, please. Oh, that one fell on the floor. Oh gosh, same freaking people from yesterday's energy vampire and shark. Here she's back, and guess what? They're eavesdropping on you. Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? They're eavesdropping on you. You know, they're spying on you online. They could be crying. Yeah, we saw the King of Cups reverse. They're probably spreading false information about you. Yeah, we need to put these over here by the... Yeah. Yeah. They could be old or older than you. They could like... Someone could like dinosaurs. I don't know. You could be very mystical. Okay, use your intuition. And yeah, this person needs to be stopped. Whoever... Oops. Dang it, man. Whoever this energy vampire is who's spreading lies and rumors, they need to be stopped. They're spreading nothing but false information, you know? I'm just going to set those down there. Yeah, they need to be stopped. This person needs to be stopped. They really do, guys. I'm not fibbing. They need to be stopped. You got to break that cycle. You got to change. You got to be the change. You grew up in a narky-ass family, guys. Be the change. Choose to be better than your fucking parents. Sorry. Oh, Shine, you got to stop saying the F word, man. But you choose to be better than your freaking parents. You know what I mean? Choose to be better than them. Because if they're narky, I have an opinion about that. Let's just say it that way. I'm going to try not to say any more cuss words because there's a whole bunch I'd say about those kind of people. Alright, for the collective. A bunch of assholes is what they are. Oh, that was 3. Oh, it landed on 11. I'm keeping that. 11's one of my favorite numbers. You got Aquarius. You've got Taurus. Pisces. Gemini. Is that Gemini? Yeah. 11. We got Mars. We got the moon. We got the sun. We got Aquarius again. South Node. Neptune. Pluto. Libra. Yeah, Libra came out. You know, Aquarius. And there's a King and Queen of Swords. We got Gemini here. There's another air. Let me get all the air signs out. Yeah, we got... So repeating... Okay, we've got Pisces, the moon, and Neptune. Those go together. We have Virgo, South Node, Mars, Sun. Others, no, it's Pluto. We have Libra, that's air. We have Taurus. Okay. And then, yeah, 2 Aquarius. And a Gemini and a Libra. And then we have the 3, we have Pisces, Moon, and Neptune. So 3 water. And we have 6. We have 5. We have 44. And we have 1111. Well, this was your reading, guys. I hope it helped. Sorry it took so long. I was long-winded on this one. It's just this person, I'm just worried about them. I really want them to go through a dark night of the soul. You know, I really want them to go through that death and rebirth. I know it's so freaking hard to go through something like that, but when you come out, my gosh, you're so light. You're so free. Yeah, and you're not in that toxic ass energy. Like, it's selfish. You're not selfish at all. You know? You're just worrying about, like, your path, you know? You're not going to worry about if other people screw up or not, you know? Let the other shoe fall. You're just worrying about your path, you know? And loving the people you love and, you know, protecting your people. That's all you got to worry about. It's all anybody ever has to worry about, you know? You don't have to worry about what other people are doing. Anyway, thank y'all so much. This was your reading. I hope it helped. I really do. I hope it helps someone out there. Stay strong. I know you got that strength in you. Stay strong. You've got this, whoever you are. God bless you, and may God protect you on this journey. Y'all have a good one.